Alrighty, so, we about ready to get started? Oh! Already, there we go. Armored vehicle. I totally missed. What is going on? I stopped paying attention for 2 seconds. All of a sudden, Ponut's subscribing again. Thanks for that, Ponut. What are you talking about armored vehicles for? I have no clue where you got on that from. I'm totally lost. Anyway, so what's on the agenda for tonight? Let me turn down the music a little bit on my headphones because I can't hear myself think. Tonight, what are we doing? We are working on menus again. The same thing as last time, except a little bit better. So we're gonna have just a stab at a basic JRPG type deal thing where you know, pick your opponent and press a button and he should attack and do something. And we're gonna see how far we can go with that. Also, of interest is Joe Engine, I believe, has a new release out, and you can see some new stuff added to the. Oh boy, let's try that. Some new stuff added to the documentation. Probably some new samples too. I haven't updated my version of Joe Engine yet, but just know that it's available. So if anyone wants to get started on the new version of Joe Engine, we'll have some new toys to play with. Of note, I see that VDP1 command pipeline, I believe, is a new addition. It doesn't appear to have any documentation yet, but I'm sure if you poke through it inside the actual engine files, you'll be able to see some stuff that's probably commented to figure out how to get closer to the hardware than was previously available. I know that he was working on some 3D stuff. That appears to be what 3D.H is about. I don't know how much of this stuff is new and how much of this stuff is old, but there are some interesting things, creating some basic primitive shapes. And I think a lot of stuff that was previously in other header files and other files in general has been moved here. Anything to do with 3D display, so that's drawing not only sprites as floating quads, but also 3D primitives. And a file system. So actually, I don't know if... I was kind of planning, if I got a lot of momentum behind me tonight, be able to do file saving and loading. I don't know if I might want to update my Joe Engine version before I get started on that. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Like, I saw some stuff I didn't recognize. I didn't spend a whole heck of a lot of time, as I should have been, poking through Joe Engine. I was depending a lot on this documentation. So just having it listed here is nice. I still don't have a Sega Saturn keyboard because I don't have that PS2 connection. But had I a keyboard, then it would be nice to be able to have this header file here. I want to see. I want to just spend a couple more minutes just poking through here to see what looks new and looks interesting. What's console? So there's console stuff, and I don't know if that means like a computer console, like a terminal type deal, or if it's literally like basic console hardware stuff. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's just input-output type deal. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But yeah, this before I've been using stuff that I borrowed from Uponut and XL2 for file loading. So having stuff like this is going to be very useful for newcomers coming into this stuff. So I think what's going to happen this weekend is I'm going to start writing my very first few baby's first video game tutorials on my website. Oh my goodness! I've got my eye on the Discord, and I just saw N Diddy post the Ponut sound logo. That's freaking hilarious. Okay, let's open that. There we go. So, in case you guys haven't heard about this yet, Ponut has been working on a little bit of a sound driver to control the 68K, I believe. and there is no way that this should not be the logo on that, because that is fantastic. This is great. Yeah. So here's the thing. I don't know what's been added and what's just been documented in Joe Engine. I'm still using the old version right now. I think I want to just try to finish up the menu stuff and try to get a basic JRPG thing going. And maybe this will go on to a third part where I upgrade Joe Engine and start doing things like saving and loading files and doing some basic, like, just do a bare bones Dragon Quest port. Not like a full port, but just like, here's all the tools you need in order to remake the game if you were to so inclined to do so. You know, like the very, very most basic bare bones thing you could do for that would qualify as a JRPG. And that would be like the basic tools. In general, I'm going to be focusing on trying to do some basic building block code snippets this month and June as I finish up my dissertation. I don't want to get tied up into an actual project. And then in July, I believe I will be starting a 2D spaceship-based game based largely around upgrades and live-action combat. So I'll have more details as July comes around. But for now, let's get back into menu stuff. So last time where we left off, we had, come on, compile. Control Shift, Alt Shift. How did I lose the ability to run code already? Oh, it's just Shift F5. Okay, to be honest, I'm a little bit tired already. I spent a few hours walking around today, trying to get a snack from the gas station. It turned into a much longer adventure than I expected. So, if I collapse on stream, it's because I'm tired. Okay, so last time, we got a basic menu structure so that we'll have an active... Oh, who's that? Oh, there we go. Shane's come in with 3 viewers, which is not an insignificant amount considering how many viewers I have right now. Welcome everyone new to the stream. So just to review... Oh boy. Wait, again? How's that happen twice? Huh. Well, anyway, welcome to the stream if you just got here. What we're doing is we're doing a basic JRPG style menu. So last time, I think it was a couple weeks ago, we got this menu struct with child menu structs so that if we were to select, say, child 1, we'd be able to select all the grandchildren, and then grandchild 1 could have a great-grandchild. The plan is that we should have essentially a menu item that would be able to trigger a function. Also, we should be able to open that menu back up if I accidentally close out of it. So, let us get back to that with a... let's do a quick input handler based off the code that we have right now. I'll, let's push this off to the side over here in case I need it. So here we have all these menu items. So let me see. So the parent, we decided, has a 3x2 structure with 10 characters in the name maximum for all the children that it's going to display. And then it starts off with the active location being 0, 0, so that's the top left selection. What's Moon Moon? What are you guys talking about Moon Moon for? Who's Moon Moon? I'm lost. I don't get all these newfangled references that you kids keep throwing around. Okay, you're gonna have to define FTD support because I'm totally lost. Floppy disk drive. Okay, well, no, but floppy double density drive. Oh my goodness. We're gonna see if I can't get a basic file save and loading thing, being able to save to the Saturn save file system and load from it just to see what goes on there. But we'll get to that. I'm not planning on turning this into an actual game. I just wanted to do a basic. Here's what you need in order to get this running kind of deal. So we have this initialized game that initializes all these menu items. Let me also get. Well, we already have an input handler. Let's. Let us make a new. I'll put this off to the side. Let me make a new header file, but I'm going to call this one the battle system, and I'll just call this battle. And we're going to want to include... Well, we don't need mine. Wipe all this stuff out. And save as battle. Okay, and then the menu itself. Yeah, we have menu. Okay, good. So, what are we going to want for the battle system? Right quick, we're just going to want a basic action that we can display on screen and show that something is happening. So, let me have... let's define a struct first. Okay, actually, where's menu at? There we go. Grab this. We're just going to define a struct that's going to be a basic battle system actor. So we're just going to call this combatant. This is a combat character. Okay, I'm getting back to chat now, and I'm getting distracted by, you know, a double density hard disk drive or something like that. Oh boy. I'm sure the maturity level of a freshman class of college students is probably exactly what was needed for that level of that level of speech impediment. Okay, so let's just get a quick some hit points. I'm not going to comment these because these are all kind of straightforward. And then we're going to have an attack stat, a defense stat, and then damage stat, okay? And then we'll just have them roll for things, I guess. Void. What do you do? Initialize. Combatants. Alright. Oh boy. We're raising the brow level of chat one dick joke at a time. Okay. So we're gonna have combatant player. Let me just call it PC1. And then we're gonna have enemy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Now let's make these make it an array just to make it nice. Okay, to be fair, the pony community can get a little weird. Like, really weird. I feel like you can't really judge the rest of the guys in chat from the pony community. I'm trying to be diplomatic about it. Without going into details of, you know, the fan art or fan fiction or various engineered pillows. Okay. Oh, I forgot max HP. That's gotta be important. Okay, so, init player PC1 dot max HP is equal to, let's give him like 40. And HP is gonna have to be equal to max HP. Attack, let's give him 5. And PC, and let's give him 2. 1. There we go. And damage. 1. Okay, so I'm gonna do just a basic. I'm gonna do a basic D20 system. So attack is gonna be. Oh, did I just bump the mic? My bad. Attack is gonna be added to a D20, so a random number between 1 and 20, and then compared against 10 plus whatever the defense is of the opponent, and if it hits, it's gonna be damage plus, I don't know, like a D6 or a random number between 1 and 6. So let's go ahead and loop and initialize enemies. Oh, how do we get on a cancer? Wow. Okay. What do you mean, Doom random isn't even random. You know exactly the order that the random numbers come in. It's the same sequence of random numbers, one after another. Okay, anyway. Right, what was I doing? I was initializing all the enemies. So let's do a for loop for all 9 of them. And I is equal to 0, I less than 9, I plus plus. Okay. We're going to do all this stuff again, except with enemy number. Enemy I. Yeah, I could probably do this with a find replace, but I'm too lazy for that. I'm sure some Vim users could do this easily. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to Forsaken Plain and steal some code from there to quickly load up the character sprites, because I'm going to need that. Wait a minute, am I defining... Oh crap, I'm defining stuff in battle.h that should be in battle.c. Oops. Okay, let's try to rectify this. Void. Go. Yeah, this guy should probably have a void on it too. There we go. What was I doing? I was stealing code from my other game, Forsaken Plane. We needed to take a character, load character sprites. That's what I need. So I'm gonna have to load some stuff. Where am I storing the character sprites? Sprite ID, NPC sprite ID, and equipment sprite. Okay, there we go. Let's do it that way. Crap, no. That's not what I wanted to copy. I wanted to copy this. Load, create. Oh, that's all complicated stuff. Damage updates, draw damage. Yeah, this is several days straight worth of coding. Let's just go skip straight to the simplest version of it. As where is the freaking loading code? Code? No, not that. It would probably help if I was looking at the right file, wouldn't it? Yeah, it was just the damage file. Oh, there's some magical numbers. There we go. Let's just copy this over into here. And we're also going to want to copy these guys. Whoa, okay, I didn't say cut, I said copy. There we go. Buttons. Let's close that without saving. Okay, so what's gonna happen here is let me see. We initialize everything. We have to load the sprites. Wrap new table, that's coming from TGA, which means, okay, actually all this. All this. Battle.h. Y'all can go away because this is a .c file. Go. We're gonna need to include .tga, right? Is that where all these guys are coming from? Yes. There I am. Okay. Include tga.h. Let's just go ahead and close that menu item just for now, because it keeps getting in my way. And battle.c does not need a redefinition of the struct. There we go. So we have initialized combatants, and then we're going to do, let me do attack. Oh, you know what I need? I need fixed last attack is okay, there we go. Oops, okay. Oh, Control D duplicates the line. That's interesting. I'll remember that for the future. And PC1 dot last attack is going to be equal to 0 because you can do that with fixeds. And we're just going to keep track of the last time something attacks so that we can handle animation stuff and whatnot. What am I missing? What am I missing? We have sprites. And we have stats. Okay. We're gonna need a pointer from a combatant. Attacker. And a defender. Oh, come on. Random freaking keyboard shortcuts I don't even know. Triggering on places I don't want them to. It's one of the things that bothers me about Eclipse when I'm programming in Java. is that I will start typing something and I'll accidentally click some weird button command or something, and that'll end up renaming every instance of some variable I was just trying to overwrite, which can be completely devastating if you're working on a large file and you have no idea where all the changes went. Okay, so let's just do a quick attack. So this is going to be a D20 style attack and damage check. I think I need Joe Random for this. Oh, I already include Joe Engine. So, right quick, Joe Engine, where's your random? Is it under math? I bet it's under math. Joe Rand. Yep. So Joe Random, the argument is the maximum value, and you'll generate one to max. Okay, that's exactly what I want. So int check is equal to yeah, Control-Z works. It's still just infuriating that you start typing something and maybe you're not paying attention, or you're tired, or you've been coding for 14 hours straight, which might have happened once or twice, and then you don't catch it. And then you try to compile, and then everything breaks. I don't know if compile is the right word in Java, but you know what I mean. Okay, anyway, the check is going to be attack check is attacker.attack plus Joe Random 20 minus the AC, which is 10 plus defender.defense, which is his armor class. If you're going by oh, let's lower the armor class for these guys. So this is 10 0 0. I'll give these guys 10 HP apiece. And then tie goes to defender. We should have an attack animation boolean. Pick any. That'll tell us whether or not we should be displaying an attack animation. Oh, I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this duplicate shortcut. Are we just free associating now? Is it? This is like I don't know if it was Black Dynamite or if it was something else, or maybe it was Austin Powers. Well, I'm trying to think of where they just keep free associating between different things until they get to the conclusion of solving some sort of weird mystery. It's probably a trope with a bunch of different things, but I remember it from Black Dynamite. I think the joke was some chemical company was making snacks that was making your penis shrink or something. I don't know. I don't tell it as well as the movie does. It's a fun movie. Okay, so if check is greater than 0, then let's go ahead and attacker. Oh, these are references, so we need to do arrows, because that's how arrows work. Okay, there we go. Attacker arrow Annie attack is equal to true. Is that how this works? Attack Annie. Also, the current time. Do we have a time inclusion in here? Time. What's my time at? Timer. Okay, there we go. Timer.c. You know, while I'm here, I should probably add battle to the make file. So, last attack. Oh, come on. Go. Last attack is equal to, time? What's timer got? Oh yeah, it's just time. Alright. And then defender, HP, less than or equal to no. Minus equals attackers damage plus Joe random, and let's assume he's got a longsword, I guess, so that's either a D6 or a D8, I don't know. It's been a little bit since I played D&D. Yeah, Ponut, when are you porting do properly? Show up John Carmack. You know, I don't know if there's ever been this a code leak from this, but maybe someone should try to deconstruct the 32X version of Doom and just shove it into the Saturn and see if it runs better than actual Saturn Doom. I mean, isn't the 32X hardware just basically a crappier version of the Saturn hardware? Kind of, sort of, not really? Like, in terms of the basic processor, I think is still an SH2 or some precursor to it that should compile in the same way. I honestly don't know if I'm just talking complete crap, but I think that's the case. Also, yes, half resolution definitely makes things a lot faster than a cinematic 6 frames per second. Whatever this music is, I don't like it. What is this? Is this PSU again? It's PSU again! Another PSU song off the list. There we go. Sonic Unleashed. Here's the thing, though. The 32X version just kind of works better. So, if it's completely software rendered on the 32X, but it still kind of works, I'll take it. Compared to whatever the crap they were doing for Saturn Doom. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish there. Okay, anyway, let's do a battle update function. So we will listen to player input. Specifically, I'm going to look for the X button, because I don't think we're using it right now. So if we do player underscore one dot button X dot equal true. This is going to be manual attack. So if this we're going to trigger attack the I just do enemy number 1. PC1. I get the pointer thereof. And enemy 0. See, stuff like that is part of the reason why I'm afraid to get back into scenario, is because I know I don't have the background for 3D graphics and the logic of efficient drawing yet, and anything I make is going to be consequentially hamstrung by that lack of understanding, and I want to get a little bit more reading done under my belt before I jump back into 3D stuff. I'm still reading through the VDP1 manual. I will eventually be trying to summarize what I read from that onto my website. And then I want to try and combine it with some basic 3D logic. The problem is I don't even know where to go to read some of this stuff, because for the most part, modern video game development doesn't worry about that too much, because we have engines for that. Everyone who's making a game nowadays is either writing stuff in 2D, or if they're working in 3D, they're generally going to be working in Unreal or Unity or something like that, and those guys already kind of take care of that for the most part. They take care of the logic of how do you draw 3D stuff. They don't have to get close to the hardware. Right. And even if you're just using OpenGL or something like that, OpenGL has a lot more features to get stuff done with regards to how to render things, compared to what the Saturn gives you, which is next to nothing besides processing power. Like, there's no 3D hardware acceleration for the Saturn. There's just give it coordinates and it will figure out how to draw a quadrangle. That too. Thing is, it's a little bit of a lost art, so I don't even know where to read on it. Like, I don't know if I have to go in the library and find a book from 1993 on 3D graphics drawing. I don't even know what terms to look for. So if I look for 3D graphics, it's got to be, here's how you use Blender from this year, and not, here is the logic of how three-dimensional rendering systems need to work. What I need to do is I need to look at those tech demos that the people that made the Amiga did, because they did a lot of impressive stuff on that thing, so they had some very, very strict, logical progression, efficient algorithms to do whatever they were doing. I guess what I'm saying is that the Saturn is hard and it doesn't hold your hand, and I'm not good enough for 3D yet, but I will be. Yeah, but even with that, like, I'm not even talking about portals or how you render a whole level. I'm just talking about, here's a collection of quads. How do I know what to draw, in what order to draw, how to draw it, or even just in a basic sense. Here's one quad. It's rotated at an arbitrary angle. How do you do the projection? How do you determine what pixel does what, or how to merge pixels, or anti-alias, or smear them, or what have you, or do any sort of post-processing? I don't know how any of that works. That's the problem. Like, I could figure out the math for projection depending on different things, but that's about it. And even that is kind of like learning from scratch. I'd rather learn the appropriate way to do it. I just need to have a good reference for it. I don't have a reference. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I keep hearing about octrees, and I'm not even certain if I know what they really are. Because it's kind of similar with a quaternion, which in theory mathematically I know what a quaternion is. It's just a 4-dimensional vector, but in terms of how to manipulate it, what the actual rotations mean, stuff like that, how it actually helps you more than just keeping track of angles, I honestly, I don't have a good intuition for it. So it's something I have to build intuition for. It's something I have to read more on. I was coding here before I went off on a tangent. So yeah, attack system. So okay, there we go. Check time. Let's have a standard delay time. Let's give it like half a second. So that's going to be one shifted to the left 15 times. If time minus attack delay is less than less than or equal to? There we go. And we'll just return. There we go. And that'll prevent things from happening too fast. Okay, there we go. So manual attack. So we'll have an attack and a counter attack. And that'll account for basically one turn. So manual attack, and then we need an actual sprite drawing. So I'm breaking good coding convention here because I'm mixing up drawing commands with logical commands, but I don't really care right now because I'm not actually making this game. I'm just doing some example code. So fix it on your own if you plan on doing a JRPG on the Saturn. How do I display sprites again? Let's go back to Forsaken playing. It's probably easier if I just look at the header file. Okay, load character, get attributes, new character, lerp offset, move character, draw player, draw on PC. That's what I'm looking for. Oh wow, there's a lot of logic here. Oh boy. Let's, Okay, let's port that code over. So we'll do, there's gonna be some weapon drawing. Let's do player first. Okay, so I'm going to be facing right. So does that mean what's my sprite offset? Let's take a look at the sprite real quick. Okay, oh crap, there's multiples for one. Oh, shut up, Paint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's sprite number 6. I want to add 6 to it. 6 because it's 0 index. Oh, who's that? What's going on? Not null, not void. What? For once, an easy name to pronounce. Thank you, not null, not void, not only for following, but for picking a convenient username so I can actually read it. You'd be surprised how often I have a little bit of trouble trying to pronounce people's names. Like Mr. Kotthew, who is also a heavy contributor in the background to a lot of my projects in terms of helping me and holding my hand on how to do certain stuff. And he didn't even know how to freaking say his own screen name. So yes, thanks for the follow, not null, not void. Feel free to join in on chat. I mean, I do this mostly to hang out, so I mean, if you people are talking and there's someone to talk to, there's someone to hang out with. Okay, Y, let's put it at dead center on the 0. I know, right? Like, let's just go in the list real quick and see who's on right now. So it's not too bad right now. There's an A10, there's a Commander Root, there's a Goku. I don't know if that's supposed to be like Dragon Ball Goku or it's like slightly different pronouncement of Goku. And then there's Lieutenant Commander Data spelled in a not normal way. I'm pretty sure that might be an alt of Shane's or not. I don't know. It sounds like something Shane would do. And of course there's Ponut and Trekkies and VBT Senpai, who is always a nice addition to the stream when he notices me. So thanks again, everyone, for joining on the stream tonight. It's Friday night. We got more than probably my usual crowd here. So we'll see how long it takes for me to collapse. I'm on my second bottle of Arizona tea, and hopefully there's a little bit of caffeine in here. I can't tell because it's already polymer. There's black tea in it, so I'm assuming there's some caffeine, just not enough to give a warning on the label or anything like that. There's also a fair bit of lemonade. Huh. We'll find out when I collapse on stream. Okay, the screen is 320 wide, roughly, right? 320? So that's 1600 to negative to positive. Or, sorry, 160 negative to positive. And that means, let's just put it at minus 100. That's probably a nice conservative number. And, I'll figure out the offset later. It could be off by a few pixels, but that's okay. Oh boy. Oh, I don't even have these numbers. I just do equip sprite ID, and then the player direction currently is... Ah, crap. Let's just look at the weapon tile set. I'll just pick the one manually I want. Let's give him the big sword. So that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 again. That makes sense. No way this thing actually renders correctly the first time. Okay, we're only gonna draw this if attacking. So if PC1 dot last attack is or if time minus attack delay is less than or equal to last attack. Oh, I should also probably print the... Oh crap, where's the print commands? Close these guys. Menu... Sprite? I know I have more than this, though. Like, I have a way to print actual numbers. But I'm not gonna... Well... It's in here somewhere. Maybe it's under TGA. If not, I'm gonna have to steal it from Forsaken Plain again. Because I know I had it in Forsaken Plain. There's print sprite ASCII, but where was the maybe it's under dialogue? Nope. I don't think I even used dialogue. Draw. Nope, definitely not that. I think something completely different. Menu? Print fixed ASCII. Okay, print in ASCII. There we go. Oh, that's already a okay, so that was put into a different location, that's why. And let's do player health. We'll do minus 100. And then we have to put it higher up on the screen above the player's head, so that means negative numbers. Let's just do negative 20. The number is going to be PC1's HP. Let's give it color bank 1. Max HP. And that's going to be a little bit close. It's probably 80. 70. And between those two, I probably should have just done an sprintf, but okay. Yeah. Let's do that. String, or is it character? Crap, I never remember how these things go. Okay, again, let's go back to Forsaken Plain and just see how I did it there, because it's probably easier than recreating the wheel. String, how did I... Okay, character string is 12. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that was easy. String... Player string is gonna be... Let's give it 15. Just to be safe. Printf, player string. Now, that's not an escape character because this is an escape character, so that means this should be fine. Alright, we'll do this. And then max that. And then we just want to print a normal ASCII thing. Like that. Have bank as 1. There we go. Okay, and the enemy sprite is going to be... No. Yes. No. Instead of 6, it's going to be 7 because that's the next one after that, right? Just check real quick. Let's look at the goblin. It's going to be my enemy. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's supposed to be 9. What about the weapon, though? weapon is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Weapon's going to be 7. There we go. All right. Enemy string. We're just going to do 1 for now. We're going to have enemy 0. Go. All right. All right. Okay, so is this actually going to do anything? If I add battle update to the main loop, maybe draw menu item. Game logic is going to be here. I should probably terminate this thing with a return statement. And I should make sure battle update is actually in the header. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is definitely not going to work the first time, but let's see what happens. Of course not. What is going on here? How did menu break? Oh, just unused variables. Game over flag undeclared. Crap. How did that even happen? Wait, this is the wrong, It's undeclared. Try again. See what happens. Game over flag undeclared in 103. But game over flag should have been menu.h. This was working last time. I didn't change anything about that. What did I have to include in order for that to happen? Sprite, input, menu. What did I break? Wait a minute. This stuff is from... Yeah, this stuff is from the Minesweeper game. Why is it still doing here? Let me just get rid of that. What was that? Was that draw HUD? Load HUD? I actually don't need any of this stuff. I just needed the menu part. Is menu even in the make file? Yeah, it's in the make file. Yeah, draw and load HUD are gone. And hopefully I wasn't actually using them in the initialization. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna want to... Oh, who's that? Oh, Shane, thanks for the resub. Whole year? Oh yeah, 12 months. Is it 12 months since I've been affiliated, or what do you call it? 1 year, 3 streams? What's that supposed to mean? I've been pretty good about my stream schedule recently. Thing is, I don't remember pasting in functions into menu.c, but maybe I'm just going crazy. I don't know. Oh, menu box. Okay, well, let's try compiling with that. Battle.c 105. Okay, finally something that actually did today. Okay, so what is the issue here? Oh. Naive copying pasting, that's the issue. It's player string. So enemy string. Oh boy. This is me being stupid and lazy again. 71. Attacker. How did that happen? Twice. Shame and dishonor. Okay, is this actually broken or... Yeah, it's broken. Load HUD in main.c. Oh, I knew something weird was going on there. That's gone. It occurs to me that maybe I needed that HUD. Because now I think that might have been my sprites for the... Yeah, those are my sprites that I needed. Now everything's wrong. Okay. Menu. Yeah, my HUD, I believe, is currently... What does my HUD look like right now? HUD? No, I didn't want that HUD. What the heck is going on? This is not the HUD I had last time. This is definitely not what I had last time. Yeah, I know I was grabbing the wrong sprites. The problem is the menu.tga. Okay, menu.tga is being grabbed. So maybe I was just leaving that in as like a residual, vestigial thing. Yes, it is. What in God's name? Okay. Something is not getting loaded because those guys are the wrong things. Okay, so let's go over to battle.c and see what's going on in initialize combatants. Prisoner.tga, which is here, along with goblin and weapon. .tga, they're all here. Is initialize combatants being called on the initialization? No, not that one. No, not that one. Yes, this one. And it's not. Tut, tut, tut. There we go. Wasn't loading the sprites. Can't show the sprites if you don't load the sprites. Okay, misaligned. Okay, I'll grant you that. Let's try attacking. Yeah, definitely misaligned. But the battle system technically works. And the built-in time delay does not allow me to mash the button forever. I should probably expand the time delay a little bit. Make it a full second. Problem is the alignment is so very far off. Yeah, that's the plan for the night. But it's really bothering me that... Okay, first off, I was expecting these numbers to be brighter, so let me change the color bank and let me change that sprite alignment, because that's gonna bother me to no end. Okay, there we go. Color bank, let's make it 2. Bright red, I think. And sprite alignment on the weapon. Oh, attack delay. Make it a full second. So one shifted 16 as opposed to 15, as opposed to, so that's going from half second to 1 second. Sprite alignment needs to be further left and further up. So So further left, let's do minus 20, and further up, minus 20. And for the other one, we'll do minus 10 and minus 10. We'll see which one is closer. Aha! I don't know why it's displaying those the first time around. Oh, because the check is not complete. So the sprite is closer on the player, but it needs to be further to the left. Also, I think happier with its mouth wider open. Let me see. So who is the better guess? Let's try minus 20, minus 10, and then this one. Oh crap, I was doing this in the wrong place. It's, we got jokes. Shane's got jokes. We'll see who's closer now. Just a little bit higher, I think, right? Higher and maybe 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna say 2 pixels higher and 3 pixels further to the left. However, for the goblin, it looks like it needs to be 1 pixel right. He's closest. And maybe 2 or 3 pixels down. I think we're converging on an acceptable alignment here. We'll see who looks better. Nope, no, that's wrong. Needs to be higher. I think I went in the opposite direction. It should be like minus 15, 16. I promise we'll get to the actually interesting part of the code. I just want to make it look good. Wow, how did I get so far off? I think one... Last one, and then we'll actually get to actually trying to trigger it off the menu. Okay, this is gonna have to be good enough. Yeah. So, I believe Mr. Kotfu got me pretty close to the logic of what would have to happen somewhere in my comments on menu item. It's around here somewhere. I know I wrote comments concerning menu item. There we go. So hold for future reference. This is what I was looking for. So we can have a void pointer for a code call. Yeah, something like that. So I think what's going on here is something like this. So the thing is, I still have to wrap my mind around it for a second. For restoring a pointer to the function, or the function name in a pointer, so we should have, here, menu action. So menu action is the function pointer that we're going to be using. Yeah. So, I think I might need to augment this. Because I'm also going to need an argument. Bool, and then this is going to be trigger function. True. Oh, no, I can't do that here. So if I select a menu item, what it's going to do is it's going to trigger the function defined by its parent. No, I need let's keep things simple for now. Yeah. I'm just trying to do this in a programmatic fashion. So, assuming that the menu item's trigger function boolean is true, that's going to say treat this as if we're about to trigger a function. So if this is selected, instead of activating that child, we will trigger some sort of menu, or we will trigger some sort of function. So in this case, the menu action is going to be the attack. Let me go ahead and include battle for that. It's going to be the attack function. Yeah. So let's say inside of child 2. We're going to set trigger function as true. We're going to call this attack. We're going to need menu action, argument 1, and argument. So trigger function. Let me just make sure I got that right. There we are. Grab all these guys, because I don't feel comfortable with this kind of code yet, but I will once we are done figuring out what's going on here. Green Hill music is helping. Okay, so the menu action is going to be the attack command from battle.c. But it's going to be the address for attack. And then we're going to have to grab... we're going to want to include battle. Because then we're going to need to have PC1 and enemy 0. I don't know if this is actually going to work right, because what we're supposed to be passing in are pointers to these structs, and the approach that I'm using, does it already require pointers? Oh no, it just passes in argument as arguments. So it's passing them in by value. So if I pass in the pointers, then it's working exactly as intended. So, back to menu item. When I select a menu item, draw, children, active menu, menu handler. Okay, so if I select the menu using the A button, if oh sorry, oh no, I wasn't paying attention. Let's okay, opponent, you lost me. What do you mean? Okay, sorry. The selection, trigger function. Then we do something else. We do what we're going to do anyway. So we will attempt to use menu action using argument 1, argument 2. I'm not doing something right, I know that already, but I just gotta... Let me see. Something like this? Would that be correct? Let's give it a shot. Oh boy. Oh, so many things wrong. First off, I can't spell the word true. That's an issue. Attack undeclared. What do you mean attack is under? Oh yeah, that's I gotta refer to it very special way. Wait, how do I make this function? Oh, is it like this? So yeah, the problem is I don't know how to point to a function. So the name of the function itself is acting like its pointer. Okay. Well, apparently not that exact way. Attack is undeclared. Attack is a function, right? That's right. No. Here. It's right here. And it takes 2 pointers as arguments. And it works already in terms of that function is a function. The problem is I need to point to that function. Okay, so what's the exact language I should be using in order to grab the pointer to that function? So I was trying to go off of these notes here, but I don't think I got them exactly right. Type if void pointer void no. Okay, this is just a genericized. Here's how many arguments you want to have. So for example, the way it looks here, it looks like he's literally just taking the name of the function. And main should be able to see from loading battle.h that attack is a function. And menu action itself, menu action is a voided pointer, which I believe is the correct thing to store. Oh, I believe that. I believe void pointer attack. What do you mean menu action is that? Alright. Did I just... Like this? Should I not be storing it like this? Well, first of all, let's see what errors I get. It still says attack is undeclared. It doesn't know what attack is. Oh, okay. Dang it. Yeah, let's go do a quick Google search. So, C pointer to function. What do you mean .game code? Where are you getting game code from? Yeah. Okay, so let's try, okay. So it's going to be void function name, in this case attack, parentheses void. Syntax error before void on 109. PC1 under... No, come on, you need to know what PC1 is. PC1's coming from battle.h, and battle.h already has PC1 declared here. So it knows what it is. So this is throwing it off. No. Where was I? Here. What do you mean that menu action itself is wrong? So it should be pointer to combatant, pointer to combatant. So I need to input the actual function here. Well, then where? Okay, so in order to store the pointer itself, it has to be specific to the function. So I need a pointer to a pointer that can store the thing that I want to store, which is more layers than I wanted to have in this thing. Okay, yeah, so I'm here in the struct, and I just have a generic pointer. Okay, so if it's not void, then... Okay, void. Oh boy. But the function... Yes, but do I actually use the word function in that case? Function void. Well, how do I genericize this? I don't want this to be specific only to one specific function. I want to be able to hold multiple kinds of functions here. Is there not a generic function pointer that I can use? Or do I have to wrap it in a function call list? So I declare it like this. This is making little sense to me as in terms of the syntax, but I'll go with it. So menu action is being... Okay, this is how you declare a generic pointer to a function, presumably in C. Which means when I go back here, menu action, if I store this, it should store that pointer to that function. Okay, I'm all ears. Very least, I feel confident that arguments are being stored correctly. I'm giving them the pointers to what I want. The arguments. Okay. You know, compromise, I'll take that, because I can always replace it with a struct later and have the struct be a single argument. So, how do I give it... How do I say two arguments? Does it have to be specific kinds of arguments? Fine, whatever. Fine. Okay. I'll compromise there. So I'll just do a void wrapper function. Here's the point. Once I'm at the point where I'm giving it a wrapper function, what even is the point of doing this? Because the wrapper function now can just handle everything. So int function number. And then how do I do a generic pointer? Just void arg1 void R2. Okay, I'm holding on. In the meantime, let me go ahead and get started on trying to write this freaking thing. Sort out. So there's a wrapper function for menu calls. Yes, yes. So the two actual arguments are pointers, and that already works. This feels very hacky. I don't like doing it, well, I mean, I guess if I have to, I have to. Okay, fine. Also, the wrapper function shouldn't be in battle, it should be in menu item. Whoa. But here's the thing, why can't I store them as generic pointers and just give it whatever I want? That's what I want to do. I want to be able to give it generic, a generic string of or list of pointers. Because then you can always cast it to what you need to cast it to, right? Okay, but here's the thing. If I have a wrapper function, what even is the point? Because the menu... First off, the menu needs to be able to know what pointers to set. Because here's the thing. The menu needs to be able to have whatever is stored as part of it. So it's going to have an argument stored as part of the menu, on the menu item, right here, right? It's going to have an argument. And that argument needs to be able to be passed into whatever the function is. Because let's say I'm going to have an attack menu. I want to be able to choose between one guy and the other. Like, let's say there's two enemies on the screen. I want to be able to choose either attack enemy 1 or enemy 2. If that's the case, then I need to be able to pass in those arguments into the function, either through the wrapper function or by setting the global pointers. If I'm setting those global pointers, the menu needs to be able to do that. So one way or another, the menu has to trigger the function. Okay, I'm fine with that for now. And I can change it later to have it a generic struct, and then that struct of argument holders will be able to handle whatever I throw it at it. So for now, how do I tell it that? I'm going to tell it... So in this declaration, do I have to tell it that I have two voided pointers that I'm going to send it to? Thing is, I don't think I'm going to be allowed to just name it the same thing, like, just to avoid conflicts. Part 2. And then when I send it here, it's going to be combatant... this is the type. So I'm telling it it's a pointer to a combatant struct. And this should work, right? So I'm telling it it's the attack function with combatant 1, combatant 2. Okay, on main I have errors. Let me go ahead and save this first. Okay, let's try compiling to see what happens. Well, it's not right. Something's wrong. Syntax error before void on 109. Here's the thing. The menu... how do you even store that? It's not right. Let me see. PC1 is undeclared. That's incorrect. So it's not taking the inheritance from battle.h, because battle.h has a combatant PC.1 or PC_1. So is it not inheriting battle correctly, or what's going on here? Okay, for now, let's just let's keep things simple. Null, null, and let's make a function wrapper that does exactly what I want. We'll start simple and we'll make it more complicated as we go. All this is going to do is going to run tac PC1 and then enemy 0. Okay, that's all it's going to do, and it's going to return. I just want to store that voided function. Okay. So let's try that. Let's just try setting it to wrapper function. I totally forgot to watch it too. That's the problem. It didn't even occur to me after last stream because I thought I nailed the logic of nesting menus and stuff, and I didn't even consider this was part of it. I should have watched it. That's on me. I'll probably watch it after this if I don't fall asleep. Let's see if this actually works though. No, of course it wouldn't work. Too many arguments. I don't see errors related to what we're trying to do here though, so that's probably good. There's some warnings I'm going to choose to ignore. First error. Menu item C257. Oh. Void. Alright. What else? PC1 undeclared. 76. Oh, yeah, we're going to want to include battle. It isn't. What? Why do they keep saying it's undeclared when it is totally declared as part of battle? It's here. It's right here. If it's here, and it's included here, then by the time I get here... what line? 276. By the time I get here, it should be ready. It's not the... okay, first off, this is not a function. This is a pointer. Okay, first use in this function. Okay, so in this function, PC1 apparently is the first one here, but it's right here. It's combatant. It's declared up here. And it's... well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not initialized at that point, but it's there. It exists. What do you mean I had to... oh, wait. Am I... I mean, I don't normally have to do that, but fine. And I'll just get rid of that part since it's already included. Over here, let's see if that helps. No, it's still undeclared. But here's the thing. In the header, it is certainly declared. It's right here. Right? And the header is included in the related headers here. So menu item is inheriting menu item.h. Menu item.h includes battle. Battle initializes PC_1. Along with including all the other crap. And that's where it's complaining, in menu item. So, what else am I meant to do? The extern didn't help it. I'm pretty sure I don't need to do extern. It's just that stuff declared and include it directly. That feels dirty. I don't like that, but okay. Nope, still didn't like it. I should be able to grab stuff from other things, like here, menu item is grabbing sprite IDs. Here, menu sprite ID. Menu sprite ID is coming from menu up here. So if it can grab it from menu, why can't stuff be grabbing stuff from battle? Here, what does battle actually need to inherit? Maybe the inheritance order is getting all screwy. Attack. So it does. What does it actually need to inherit? It needs to inherit TGA and timer. But maybe it doesn't need to inherit menu or input or sprite. Oh, it needs to inherit input and inherit sprite. Maybe it doesn't need to inherit menu. First use in this function. What do you mean the right battle.h? How many? There's only one battle.h. There's battle.c that includes battle.h. It's PC1, right? So when I go down here, it's still PC1. I can do a direct copy and paste. Nothing changed. And it still doesn't know what it is. It's genuinely frustrating, because this is not the kind of thing I should be stuck on right now. Stuck on, like, function pointers, not... I can't see the thing that you are normally allowed to include on the header. Oh? Is it the 258 that's throwing everything off? Should we be fixing that one first? This thing? Yeah. I think I saw that at the same time you did. So something's wrong with this. So menu item, menu action is this crap. How do I call this crap? Remove the star. Okay. Like so. Doesn't like that. This. Hey, Pyro. Don't worry, as frustrated as you are seeing me do this, I'm at least 1.5 times as frustrated. Do not parentheses, it's a function. I gotta have something there. You mean this? I still feel like this is necessary. There we go, see? Now it's not complaining about that part, it's complaining about something completely different. The same thing! It's complaining about freaking PC1 again! Okay. I feel like I have the function call right. but I need to be able to look at the actual battle stuff. I need to be able to call battle.h, which is explicitly included here and in here. Yeah, why can't I see it? Why am I not allowed to play with it? Let me go back to having sanitized includes. But implicit declaration of function attack. Of implicit declaration of string copy. What is that crap? Okay. Each undeclared identifier is reported only once for each function appears in. Enemies undeclared first use in this function. Okay, so it can't. The only problem left is that it can't see the things that I have included as part of battle.h. And it is right freaking there. Does it? It does. Oh. Hey guys, check this out. Check this out. Hey guys, what would happen if we did this right here, huh? What would happen if my sanitized includes didn't overwrite each other? What do you think would happen then, huh? I think I know what would happen. I think my code would freaking work. Oh, come on. I don't need that many externs, do I? Something happened where I overwrote a lot of stuff that shouldn't have been overwritten, but whatever. Okay, let's actually get to the real errors now. Menu item .h83. Conflicting types for wrapper function. What do you mean conflicting types? It's voided. There's nothing there. There's nothing to conflict. Okay. 83. There we go. Void. Wrapper function. Void. Right? Okay. And here it's void. Wrapper function void. So, why are you complaining? It says my wrapper function has conflicting types. The type of void with the argument of void seems to be conflicting with the type of void and the argument of void. What is that? Battle.h41. But that comes after that, but okay, fine. Battle.h41, previous declaration of wrapper function was here. Oh, am I overwriting stuff? What is that still doing there? Go away. Nice catch. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Pyro. Caught it. It's my sloppy copying and pasting. Is this actually compiling? Oh crap, it's actually compiling. That took way too freaking long. Does the wrapper function even do anything right now? Okay. First off, let's check if the actual attack function still functions. So, pressing the X button manually triggers the attack function. Okay, yeah. Now, this, pressing A right now, should trigger the attack function again. Holy crap! Guys, it do the thing. It does the thing. Ha ha ha! It did the thing! Pyro saved the day. Everyone give claps to Pyro. Pyro, you get a wayfo emoji for that one. There we go. Here's a Sega Saturn for you. 2 of them. Ponut, you helped significantly, but Pyro sealed the deal there. So now, what we have to do is we have to build a thing where we can have... We need to have a thing where we can have multiple enemies on screen. And be able to alive and unalive them. Let's do that. Let's try to extend this. And actually, before we do that, we're gonna have to have the ability to change the wrapper function to give it an argument. So The wrapper function currently is voided. I want to give it a generic pointer, arg1. And arg1 will be the enemy that I am attacking. Okay, how are we gonna handle this, right? So let's go to main.c, make argument 1 a pointer to enemy 0. The menu item for this should now be void pointer arg1. I think I'm trying to think what's going on here. Yeah, there's definitely some deep thinking going on here. You see, when you break down the problem into its simplest components, then it becomes much easier than trying to build the whole freaking thing at once. And it frickin' works, man. It frickin' works. Wow. Not even compiler issues, dude. Come on. Can we get snaps in chat for everyone for this collaborative effort on actually getting these things to work right? Now, let's do this the way that I originally intended. So the attack and we'll have a separate function that enemies attack. We'll just do a voided thing there. In the battle thing. Oh crap. Hey, Pyro, thanks for the follow. So it's gonna be it's nice when we got people in chat actually contributing, mostly because people in chat always catch compiler errors way better than I do. Probably because I really have no business actually coding in C. I should be back in Python and Java and stuff like that, where you know things hold your hands and whatnot. But here I am, trying to program for like a 25-year-old piece of hardware. Pyro, you've been a great help. Phone at YouTube. C is fun, C is useful, C is powerful, and C is a huge pain in my neck. But if you don't know C, you don't know how to program, so I mean, you know, everyone's got to learn C at some point. Alright, so enemies attack is going to be my generic. Here's all the enemy AI that I'm going to shove in here, and for now that's just going to be all the enemies attack the player. Enemies attack void. Probably should have copied that over. And if, like I said, I'm not going to make this into a real game, but you guys are free to copy the code and make it a real game yourself. You could probably port over the stuff from Forsaken Plain to make a Dragon Quest clone real quick after tonight. And you can just shove all the AI functions you want into this enemy's attack wrapper, and this is just going to be a turn-based reaction to the player doing literally anything. So, okay, here's the thing, Trekkies. I've had to do a very complex simulation in Java, where it's probably about close to 4 or 5 or 7,000 lines of code. Depends on what you count as a line of code or what you count as me spacing everything correctly and referencing other stuff that's already written and copying pasting stuff. But I have a much easier time doing that and using an API for some simulation engine than making this. This is legitimately more difficult than my day job. So I feel like Java is certainly easier than C. Yeah. See, I got a physics background, right? So I'm used to having to deal with MATLAB, sometimes Python, Java worst case scenario. And then like last year I started doing Saturn Homebrew, and that's like my first real foray into something in C that's anything more complex than something you get in a computer science class, of which I've taken one in my entire college career. Okay, yeah, Java can get stupid with syntax, but you kind of still more or less know what you're doing while you're doing it. You don't have this pointer headache nightmare thing that you get like what I'm getting here, because I never get pointers right. I don't know that I ever will. Anyway, let me go ahead and for int I greater than or I equals 0, I less than 9, I plus plus. I'm gonna loop through all the Hey, who's that? Yerman DX. I haven't seen you in chat, but welcome to the stream and thanks for following. I'm surprised at how many people are joining in tonight. This is kind of nice. A lot of the times I end up having to talk to myself because a lot of the normal Saturn Homebrew people are off asleep because of the time zone difference. Stephen A. Stephen A. I don't know what Stephen A. Is A a last initial, or is it a typo, or is saying A? I'm Steven. Ah, man, you gotta get some sleep eventually. I'd rather you guys stay mentally and physically healthy and sane rather than watch me screw up C over and over again. I mean, while everyone's here, I will ask that if you have Jeff Bezos' money, that you forward it to me so I can use it for my Saturn projects. So if you guys have Amazon Prime, you got no one else you're subscribing to, go ahead and just shove it into a Twitch Prime subscription for me, and all the money I get here either gets thrown into Sega Saturn homebrew competitions, or I use it to buy art for my Sega Saturn games. Either way, it goes into the Sega Saturn one way or another. I mean, don't use your real money, though. I just want Bezos' money. Give me that Amazon Prime money, but don't give me your money. What was I doing? I was attacking people. No, people are attacking me. I should be feeling very attacked. Okay, so the defender is the pointer to PC_1, who is indeed a real declared thing, and not undeclared, as the compiler was accusing me. Oh, let's check if these guys are actually alive. How about that? If enemy I pointer HP is less than or greater than 0. Actually, now that I think about it, we want something like this on the display code, don't we? If let me just, here we go. loop through enemies. Okay, real quick, in C, how do you do a remainder division thing? Or modular division? So, like, 8 divided by 3 equals 2. I forgot how to do that. Is that the percentage sign? There we go. Yeah, that sounds right. Thanks, guys. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use modular division to try and display the guys correctly here. By having int x base. X chord is equal to let's give it 100. Y chord, it could be 0, but we need to offset it by let's give him 40, minus 40. And then if we want to offset it, I don't know, what's an appropriate number? 80 maybe? So 80. So 100 plus minus 1, so minus 60. There we go. So then we're going to do x chord is equal to minus 60 plus, oh, we got a loop, don't we? For int I equals 0, I less than 9, I plus plus. And I'm going to try and tile all the enemies across the screen. Is equal to, okay, which row? Okay, the x-coordinate is what part of the left, right they are. So that's going to be the modular division. That's going to be I %3. That's either going to be a 0, a 1, or a 2 times 80. There we go. And the y chord is going to be division. Yeah, I think division. Minus 40 plus I divide by 3. Divide by. Yeah, divide by 3 times 40. That here. And minus 20 there. And remember, minus 24, minus 12. That's roughly, okay, so minus 24. And that should tile all the sprites on the screen. Okay, let's see if that actually did anything. Probably not. Error. Previous definition of wrapper function was here. What? What did I do? I thought I fixed that. Menu item .h and c. Wrapper function arg1. Arg1, arg2. Okay, that's why. I did a little switcheroo there. Oh, come on, really? Invalid type argument, battle 96. How was that wrong? Should it be this? Probably. Yeah, that's probably... Oh, come on. If HP is greater than 0, what's wrong with that? Did I? Oh yeah, well that won't help. It doesn't explain why it doesn't like this line. Oh, because it's not a reference anymore, so I gotta use the dot. That's why. I'm learning structs, guys. Eventually I'll get it right. 130, invalid type, of course. same crap. Wow, that is a mess. I should move my character to the left by a lot. Okay, let me, before we test this out, I wanted to make it look good just in case it works. Where are you? Base coordinate. Okay. Yeah, let's give it 130. I just give a tiny bit more of an offset, just to make it feel special. It's like just a little bit off. Oh, no, 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 no. I forgot the 130. Stop. No, everything must be perfect for my coming out party. Come on. There we go. Looked like a debutante baller or something, wherever they... There we go. Okay. I still gotta fix that. I gotta make sure that they check to see if they're actually attacking first. So, attack. Oh boy. That froze. That froze the thing. That is unfortunate. Okay, let's see what Okay, so the menu item that I triggered there was attack. And I tried to attack null. That probably was not going to go over well. That kind of explains what happened there, actually. PC_1. There's always something. Okay. Attack. Frozen again. What happened this time? Okay, let's follow what's going on here. So we take a wrapper function and we're supposed to shove in argument 1 and argument 2 in there. That means when we go over to our menu item, we take the menu action and give it selection argument 1 and argument 2. There we go. Argument 1, argument 2, there we go. And then enemies attack. Enemies attack should... Oh, while I'm here, where's the draw... First off, enemies attack. Enemies attack. 0 through 9, okay, that looks like it should work. And the draw function, where's the draw function? If... this and enemy 0 dot attacking. Was it attacking boolean? Oh, okay, first off, that's spelled wrong. I know that. Full attack animation. There we go. And then the logic for that is that attack should trigger the attack animation to be true. And we should be able to turn off the attack animation by say the last attack. There we go. So if time minus attack delay is less than... Wait. if time is greater than attack plus attack delay, then we get to turn off the attack animation. Equal. Oh, let's copy that, and maybe something like this over here too. PC_1. There we go. Oh, the freaking assembly that... how much have you actually gotten done on the DSP stuff? Like, can you do anything cool yet? Because I know you guys were playing with it, I just don't know if you actually got anywhere. Like, do you gain anything... are you able to gain anything right now that you can't gain just by putting stuff on the secondary SH2? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because he's doing so much crap with the hardware that he probably needs to use that to get any more. Okay, so, Pyro, the Sega Saturn has, like, way too many chips in it. And one of the chips it has in it is called the SCU DSP. So the System Control Units... what's DSP stand for? Something processor. Right. Okay, let's real quick. Just, Saturn DSP, I forget what it stands for. Digital Signal Processor. Okay, so if you go and look up Game Hut's video on it, he explains what it does, but essentially, it's an extra chip that you have to write code in for in assembly, but it can do, I think, like 3 or 6 simultaneous processes at a time with a very short instruction list, and that's in parallel to all the stuff you're doing. But it's hard to get into, and it's hard to grab stuff from memory out of it after it's done computing it, and you have to time it very well. But it's some additional power you can use, and it's very good at, like, parallelizable stuff. So, like, linear algebra kind of stuff. So I think people mostly are supposed to use it for lighting, but you find in the games that they use it for literally whatever the crap they wanted to if they can get it to work. Yeah. The thing is, the Saturn has so many extra chips in it that if you really want to, you can do a lot of crazy stuff by making chips do different things with different timings and just try to synchronize it. And you find that a lot of games will jury-rig some things to make things work better. Okay, but in reality, you can program 6 distinct calls in baseline assembly that would execute simultaneously. That's the thing with assemblies, you have to do everything, like, manually. Okay, attack animation is, no. Yeah, attack animation is a Boolean, so... Here's the thing, like, the people that knew it got a lot of interesting stuff on it. Like, go and look at Game Hut's video on it. He actually uses it, I believe, for level of detail of calculations to get that gradual fade in you see in Sonic R. Maybe I'm remembering the video wrong, but I think that's what he used it for. Okay, well, fine. Matrix transformations. Matrix transformations are a linear function. That's what that is. Let's see if it's gonna crash. Probably. Yeah, there we go. Error. Too many arguments in function selection menu action. I don't believe you. Menu item 257. More warnings, but only one error. 257. 257. Menu action has 2 calls in it, does it not? Oh, no. It needs 2 arguments. Void arg1, void arg2. There we go. Okay, well, there's no initial animation bug. Let's try attacking. Why is it all the exact same thing? I feel like the randomization is not happening. They're all getting attacked by the same thing. What's going on? Oh, I know what's happening. Nahaha. In this loopy-doopy code here, I only have this, and this, and this, and this. There we go. See, and some of them aren't able to swing because they couldn't complete the swing because they failed the check. I think I need to up my armor class on the main character to make sure that he has a better chance of surviving this horde. So defense, I'm gonna make 6. Wait, they have to roll higher. Wait, are you saying I forgot something or opponent forgot something? I don't know what's going on. What did I forget? Here we go. Oh, there we go. We got guys failing checks. Ah, crap. It's still triggering my animation if I Okay, so the wrapper function has attack, argument 1, argument 2. Let me change attack to a Boolean type. No, it's not here. It's in battle. Attack should be Boolean. Go. Attack. If this, or if defender HP is less than or equal to 0, and we're going to return false. Otherwise, we return true. And then for enemy's attack, here, let's get rid of manual attack. We don't need that anymore. And then the only thing that's left is the wrapper function, and the wrapper function says bool dummy equal false, and dummy is equal to let me just say turn taken. So if something actually happens, if turn taken, there we go. And now it'll only work if I can actually attack. Uh-oh. No, it's probably not. Oh no, the skunk. I'm catching up on chat. That's unfortunate. I would just crank up the AC at that point. When are you gonna fix that window of yours? There we go. And now I won't be able to attack anymore, and the enemies won't attack because I don't have a valid option right now. Well, here's the thing. It's two birds, one stone. You get one of those temporary AC units. Well, not temporary. The mounted AC units you put in the window, and now you can't smell the skunk anymore because it's blocked from with that AC unit, which hopefully has a HEPA filter in it, and also you got your AC. It will get better temporarily before it gets much, much worse, unless you put it in a bag and bury it. Just take a potato launcher and fill it with tomato paste cans, and launch it at the skunk. I think that's how that works, right? All right. Let's change this menu to actually work the way I want it to. Pyro, was this the EN0 that you were talking about? Because the only way it would be a problem is in the battle update, but I didn't see it in here. Well, maybe also in enemies attack. If it's enemies attack and battle update, line 131. Good call. Yep, that's incorrect. That shouldn't be there. Nice. Okay, thanks for that. In the meantime, let me delete all this. Delete the children. Let's call this attack 2. We'll replace C2 with C1. Zero, zero. This is 0, 1. 0. All right. Yeah, I like where this is going. Okay. Let's make 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these. All right. Three, 2. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just gonna copy this menu item and try to array it over all the enemies on the screen. Oh, no. This should be 3. This should be 2. Should be 1. That should be 0. Okay, yeah, I got that backwards for a little bit. This is 1, 0. Five. C1 to C5. 1, 1. Alright, this is working out probably kind of well. And C1 to C6. It's going to be 5. This is 1, 2. Okay. C1 to C7. 6. And this is going to be 2-1, or 2-0, sorry. I should probably label these still. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 8. 1, C8. Seven. If I knew regular expressions, I'd probably be doing this better, but I don't, and I'm not about to learn them right now, so sorry. But I'm almost done, so. Two, and 8. Okay, this should work. Okay, yeah, that would be necessary in a proper battle engine that would be built in the correct way. I feel like I've gotten to the point where this is good enough for someone to pick up and run with, because all the hard parts are done. All the pieces are in place so that if you wanted to turn this into like a regular battle engine, you could. So like if I want to attack number 1, here he is, number 2. Oh, okay. Crap, the order's backwards. Crap. Wait. Oh, no. No. Okay, no. That's gonna bother me. I gotta fix that order. Okay. So, 0, and then 1 is gonna be number 4. And then 2 is gonna be 7. Okay. Does that mean 3 is gonna be 1? Wait. 0, 3, 6. Could be 1, 4, 7. It's gonna be 2, 5, 8. Okay, there we go. Just a quick rotation. Okay, here's the thing. I'm not actually making this game, and the amount of effort that would go into doing that I don't think would be justified by me doing that on stream just to say, okay, all the pieces were already here, I just had to put them in place. It's probably going to take me a little while. Okay, yeah, so all the attacks work. The only problem is I'm allowed to attack after I've died, even though the goblins are no longer allowed to attack after I've died. But, you know, whatever. I mean, just put in a check there that says, okay, when you die, game over. Let's try killing everything on screen. I mean, it's 2.5 hours in, but this is basically what I wanted to do today, and I feel like we're done. But we got everyone here on stream already, and I'm feeling like we can keep going a little bit. How about we put an enemy kill count on the screen, and then try to save it in... Oh, sound driver. Like, if you want to do the sound driver, we can try doing the sound driver. I feel like I'm going to need a lot more prep time ahead, like off stream, to actually look at the sound driver before I'm comfortable trying to do it live on stream. Is it even ready, though? Like, does your sound driver work properly? Of course it's ready. The fact that you forgot the C means... Oh, okay. I thought you were being, like... overly optimistic. If you guys actually already use it, then maybe I can add in a little... Okay, quick. We need a sound effect. We need a PCM. Actually, I think I still have some from I think I loaded it into either Forsaken Plain or Scenario. There we go. We got... There we go. And... Bruh. Everyone loves bruh. Here, let's add the sound effects. So we have aura.pcm already built. I assume... Kona, can you just give me whatever needs to be included for the sound driver onto this thing, and we'll see if it actually works. I mean, obviously it already works because like you three are already using it, but let's include it here, and we can just try to get a real quick sword sound effect thing going on. If anyone has a sword sound effect wave they can point me to that I can download real quick, we can try and insert it into the game. Alright, so let's get this GitHub link. Oh, and just do a quick download. Sound driver for the SCSP, System Control Sound Processing Unit? I don't know. What's SCSP stand for? But while that's downloading, let's... wow, this is huge! How many files are in here? Dude, the pack's 93 megs. What did you put in here? Demo. It's not even sound effects. Most of this is just, what, drivers? Oh boy, me. Oh, okay. So what do I actually grab though? What's necessary? PCM syst is probably necessary. P-word is probably necessary. It's the Joe demo. Okay, fine. We'll just run the whole freaking Joe demo then. Let's call this Pona sound driver. Okay, so let's run with... And oh, that didn't work. What's going on here? Okay, let's copy over my compilation stuff and see how that works. So, debug Mendefin, run demo with Mendefin, run with Mendefin. Okay, there we go. One of these three is it. Okay, Shift F5. Okay, that .bin is basically what was the result of the compilation job on the PCM driver for the 68K chip. Okay, let's turn off the background music for a second so I can actually hear what's going on. Despite this track. Okay, that's nice. E doesn't do anything. What's a protected sound? Yeah, I don't know how to crank up the volume for this one. Okay, so let's see a quick breakdown of what's going on here and see if we can't. Oh my goodness, this is complicated and semi-commented. Okay. So, oh, let's turn the music back on. There's a draw function. Okay, we don't really need that. I'm not sure what this is doing. So we have a load driver, and I imagine that is coming from this guy. Oh my goodness. Okay. So SDRV blank is set to trigger on V blank after loading the driver, but where are all these functions coming from? Okay, there's load driver. And then SDRV, where even is that? I'm not seeing that function here. Oh, it's right there. Sorry, my bad. There's operate digital pad 1. That's just scanning for input, right? Actually, where do you define that? No, this function right here, operate digital pad 1. What's that from? Oh, that's your input. Okay. So this is not really necessary, but your input is hard-coded to... this is compressed. Oh boy. Okay, so basically that's your input parser. Okay, we're just getting the input state. This stuff, where's that coming from? Actually, let me look at your make file. That'll tell me a little bit of how to include main, timer, PCM, sys, and input. So that timer we're already familiar with. That's the timer we made together. And then input is just your input parser. Okay, so what's left? How do you include that driver, the bin file? Where is that? Or by type? Actually, where is that bin file? I thought. Oh no, not that. Oh, it's not even here. So how's it work? Is it all in here? It's loaded from CD. So it's here. So we store it as a CD file, and then you load the driver in as a file. So that means you're loading it in via load driver. Okay, that makes sense. Why wouldn't you want the driver in the binary, though? Oh, okay. Well, whatever. If it works, it works. Okay, so you basically compress the driver, save it on the CD as a file, have it load up during game time, and then it'll load up into memory as the actual driver you want to use, as opposed to built in. Okay, so I'm actually still trying to find out. Okay, here is struct PCM play. PCM play is how you're playing it. So there's a sound. A, B doesn't seem... Okay, B plays, but for some reason you can't really hear it. Either it's too quiet or it's not working. Oh, am I supposed to hold down B? Maybe that's the issue. Let's try it again. So, just to revisit that protected file thing. So there's A. Okay, so there's a little jingle there. There's holding C to repeat a protected sound. Is that the actual sound, or is that a glitch? Because the sound is very short, and it sounds... It doesn't sound like anything. It's like a click. Okay, so it's supposed to sound like a click. Okay, hold B. Okay, so it's like a charging thing, I guess, but it's very quiet. How do you manipulate the volume? Because that's something Shane wanted me to do, is he wanted me to institute a volume control on the menu system. Okay, that's enough of that. Wind, crunch, click. Okay, there we go. So the global volume register, that's all? Is there any way to split that up at all, or? Like, is there any way to modulate the volume just on sound playback, just by something in PCM Play? Oh, okay. PCM Play. PCM, let's see. PCM Play, there we go. Char, volume. How high can this go? Interesting. If I put in 0, it's silent, right? Or will that break it? Zero is silent, not broken. Okay, that's good. So now we have 8 different volume levels. So what we can do is we can make a volume up, volume down function to play sounds with. And we can do that separately. We can have a master BGM volume and a master sound playback volume. You know what? Okay, I have an idea. To be honest, I'm a little tired to do this tonight, but I feel like we can revisit this sometime during this weekend. So what I want to do is I want to get like a basic introductory menu system. I know Shane's been asking me about this every time I mention the menu system, because he hears menu and he thinks, you know, press start, options, etc., etc. And I hear menu and I think JRPG. So I want to add in an introductory menu that can load files in and out, save files if you need to, and then also you know, start the game and manipulate volume levels. So we can have a master BGM volume level and a master sound effect volume level, manipulate it from the menu, and have that be handled for the rest of the game. So we can save that as part of the save file and load it back up and have it work. So I think next time, I don't know, maybe tomorrow night, Sunday night, depending, I'll make an announcement in my Twitter feed. So, you know, everyone subscribe to my Twitter if you want to keep updated, or just, if you follow me on here, I guess you'll get a notification during the pre-show when I start streaming. But we're going to do one more menu stream. And that one more menu stream, we're going to do an intro menu, do some basic options like, you know, changing volumes and loading games and saving games. Hopefully loading and saving works exactly as I expect it to. Maybe I'll update my Joe engine, I don't know. And we'll try to get like an actual proper menu system that works as like a boilerplate for, hey, I want to put a menu in my game so it doesn't just start as the game. And you guys can probably borrow that for whatever games you guys are making on the Saturn. For now, though, I think it's time for me to take a break from streaming. I'm a little bit tired. Well, it's not sugar, it's like aspartame, I guess. My aspartame high for my Arizona green teas is, for Arnold Palmer's is running out. So, I'm gonna close up the stream for the night. Thank you everyone for coming.